Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 8th Annual Progress Iowa Holiday Party. My name is Matt Sinovic, and I'm the Executive Director of Progress Iowa, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to this year's event. Now, like so many other events during this challenging year, this one looks a little bit different. We're not coming to you from a theater or a ballroom, we're coming to you from my living room, but I am so glad that you're here because we have a terrific lineup for you tonight that will hopefully inform and inspire you to take action in the new year. You're going to hear from Progress Iowa's own staff about how you can do a better job of standing up for what you believe in. You're going to hear from Iowa's elected officials and some of our former candidates about the work that they're doing for progressive change. And we're giving away 2 awards this year. The Marcia Nichols Progressive Advocate of the Year Award to someone who has gone above and beyond to promote progressive values, and the Harken Hero Award, this year given to a group of Iowa elected officials who have done just amazing work for progressive change and equality in our state. Before we get to the program, I want to make sure and thank some of the people who have made this event possible, our financial sponsors. First of all, Protect Our Care, AFSCME Council 61, the Iowa State Education Association, the Iowa Federation of Labor, AFL-CIO, Planned Parenthood, and so many other financial sponsors who you will see listed on your screen throughout the event tonight. These are the folks that and through their donations and support, have strengthened our organization and made events like this possible. And before we get to the program, I want to stop and take a moment to recognize where we're at in our state and in our country at this time. And I want to go back to the last few election cycles before I talk about 2020. In 2016, we had an election year that did not turn out how we wanted. In 2018, especially in Iowa, we saw real progress being made. And in 2020, we saw a little bit of a mix of both. We are so thrilled that President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris will soon be inaugurated in January. But in Iowa, we faced some real challenges and some setbacks. But in each year, it's funny because in each year, people ask me the same question. What's next for Progress Iowa after 2016, after 2018, and after 2020? What's next for Progress Iowa, and what should we do next? And my answer has always been the same. We have to stay in this fight together. We have to keep fighting for what we all believe in. Whether we have an election result that we agree with, whether we have an election result that we don't agree with. We have to continue fighting shoulder to shoulder for our shared progressive values. And that's what Progress Iowa is going to continue to do. And that's what I hope that you will take away from tonight's event. Some good information and some good tips for advocacy and, frankly, some inspiration as we head into 2021. Now, you're also going to hear from 2 national leaders tonight. We're ending the night with Senator Amy Klobuchar from Minnesota. And right now, it is my pleasure to kick it off with our friend, Senator Cory Booker from New Jersey.
Progress Iowa, it's Cory Booker. Congratulations. Why am I congratulating you? Because it's your 8th annual holiday party, and it's a holiday party like no other, I am sure, because of the challenging, difficult year that 2020 has been. But I want to thank you. It is a time for celebration. Your commitment to making progressive ideals real, your connection to tens of thousands of Iowans, igniting them, informing them, inspiring them, getting us to act together for change. So celebrate, please enjoy yourselves, and know that 2021 will be a better year because of you.
Senator Booker, thank you so much for speaking tonight. It is clear from your inspirational message tonight, through the many campaign events that you held while campaigning here in our state, why so many people were drawn to you and your positive energy. We will take that call to action and that message forward into the new year, and know that we are in this fight with you, and thank you for all that you do. Now, at this time, it is my pleasure to introduce, for the first time tonight, our musical act. These are some terrific performers from right here in the Des Moines area. They've worked with us in the past on a couple of musicals, and they've agreed tonight to perform 3 different songs, and this is the first one from Madison Ray and the Finesse with eLive Productions.
We are not throwing away our shot. We are not throwing away our shot. Yo, we need some recovery in the middle of the country, so we're not throwing away our shot. This ain't the Iowa my family was promised. I wanna raise them up, but they got me astonished. LGBT families can't be simply abolished. This was a state that was great, but still modest. Get 'em! Celebrities and billionaires thinking they can govern. I'm looking for some change for my sisters and my brothers. I'm poor and trying to cope, but I'm running out of hope. And they think that I'm a sheep, but I'm tired of losing sleep. So we're not throwing away our shot. We are not throwing away our shot. Yo, we need some recovery in the middle of the country, so we're not throwing away our. We are not throwing away our shot. We are not throwing away our shot. Yo, we need some recovery in the middle of the country, so we're not throwing away our shot. It's time to take a shot. Trying to black out all this white noise. Motherfucking Republican, all right, boys. They want to win while the rest of us lose. Wake up, Mary. You got the right to choose, so you take a shot. This is America. Hey. Guns in my area. I got the strap. Hey. I gotta carry it, cause we get shot. They murder black bodies on your cell phone and on your TV. The GOP, they stay lying. There'll be a revolution in my lifetime. So we're not throwing away our shot. Shot. We're not throwing away our shot. Shot. We need some recovery in the middle of the country. So we're not throwing away our shot. We are not throwing away our shot. We are not throwing away our shot. Yo, we need some recovery in the middle of the country, so we're not throwing away our shot. Everybody say, whoa, oh, oh. Hey, whoa, whoa, yeah. Come on, whoa, oh, oh. Shout it from the rooftop, whoa, to the rooftop, whoa, yeah. We rise up. When you're living on your knees, you rise up. Tell your brother that he's gotta rise up. Tell your sister she's gotta rise up. Oh, we rise up. When you're living on your knees, you rise up. Tell your brother that he's gotta rise up. Tell your sister she's gotta rise up. Rise up. And we are not throwing away our shot. We are not throwing away our shot. Yo, no more Humpty Dumpty running the fucking country, so we're not throwing away our, not throwing away our shots.
Hi there, Cindy Axne here, your Congresswoman from Iowa's 3rd District. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy these days, and that you're staying in touch with friends and family, even though we're still social distancing. First and foremost, I want to extend a hearty congratulations to all the wonderful folks at Progress Iowa for putting together this fantastic holiday party. And even though we're still dealing with this pandemic, I'm grateful we're able to come together and celebrate the holidays, as well as the work we've accomplished this past year. And it speaks volumes that Progress Iowa has continued its activism despite unprecedented challenges. It truly goes to show that Iowans are as tough as they come. So, I've been taking your fight with me to Washington throughout the past 2 years. Even with constant gridlock and the pandemic, I've still been able to get a lot done for our great state. It's why I voted for a bipartisan package that lowers prescription drug prices and strengthens protections for people with pre-existing conditions. And I've co-sponsored legislation that was signed into law which permanently funds the Land and Water Conservation Fund, something dear to my heart. It restores and repairs our lakes, rivers, and national and state parks. And I introduced a measure that would fund a national climate bank to invest in clean energy and energy emissions reductions projects by supporting private sector jobs. So even though we face significant challenges in the weeks and months ahead, I'm so grateful for the support of everyone at Progress Iowa. Your enthusiastic activism and continued defense of our progressive Iowa values are inspiring and absolutely worthy of celebrating. So thanks again, happy holidays, and I hope to see you all soon.
Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. It's the middle of December, there's snow on the ground, and we've had about 6 weeks to think about the 2020 elections. About 6 weeks to decompress, to relax, to be disappointed. Now, I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you how to think. But for me, time's up. Time's up. It's time to start working. It's time to start thinking about what's next. And it's just as true for all of us. We need everybody out there. We need everybody working. Because at the end of the day, what we've got to do is we've got to be out there talking to folks. We've got to be out there talking to folks who don't often hear from Democrats. We got to be out there talking to folks who maybe don't watch Fox News, but live with somebody who does and think that they know what a Democrat is because of that. Because it's very clear, abundantly clear, that most folks don't know what an Iowa Democrat is, even in Iowa, because we are not speaking enough about who we are. We are not speaking enough about our values. We are not reaching out enough to do that. We got to start doing that. And I would like to suggest that if you haven't started yet, that start as soon as we can. We got a lot of work to do, but we can do it. A lot of people are saying, hey, we're in bad shape here. This is really rough. You know what? We have the exact same number of Iowa House seats as we had in 2016. We have the exact same number of congressional seats if Marionette Miller Meeks gets seated as we had in 2016. We are down, I think, 2 state Senate seats from where we were in 2016. So we've been here before. We've been in worse places than this before. And there's no reason that we can't make 2022 a good year. So let's get to it. Thanks. Bye.
Hey, happy holidays, Progress, Iowa, and hello, everyone. It's a delight to join you tonight. I'm actually out in the woods taking a hike, enjoying the winter wonderland. I hope you all can get out and enjoy the beauty of the nature, too. I wanted to just buzz in a little bit and thank you all for all of your hard work to support candidates up and down the ticket. I want you to know how grateful I am for everything you did to support my campaign. I also want to just say we have got so much to celebrate, and in particular, our Harken heroes. Congratulations to our Harken heroes, to the entire Black Caucus, for passing bipartisan legislation that will bring some policing reforms here in Iowa. I also want to thank Sarah Ann Willett. Sarah Ann, you have become a COVID watchdog for not only the state, but our country and our educators. So thank you for stepping up to that leadership role. Again, we got a lot to celebrate, but we also have a lot of work to do. So enjoy tonight, but tomorrow I know I'm getting back to work because we've only got 320 days until the November 2nd elections. Take care, everyone. Be well, and happy holidays.
Hey everybody, JD Schulten here, and then just want to say, 2020 was not a year that we'll look. Hey everybody, JD Schulten here, and then just want to say, 2020 was not a year that we'll look back on fondly for a lot of different reasons. But with that, there is also the future, and the new year is fastly approaching. And then we think about races ahead. We got a governor's race, we got a Senate race, we got redistricting, and we got a lot of work to do. But there's optimism to be had. And the foundation of winning in a lot of important races in 2022 starts in 2021. And I'm not sure what's next for me, but I am committed to shaping the party, and I'm committed to helping Democrats win all across the state of Iowa. So with that, I just want to say happy holidays to everybody. And hopefully, by the time the corn feed comes around, we can all gather together. So with that, take care, everybody, and be safe.
Good evening, everybody. This is Iowa Senate Democratic Leader Zach Walls, and I'm here to wish you happy holidays and to say that I hope that you enjoyed this evening's program. Like a lot of people, I'm struggling to find the spirit of the holiday season this year with the pandemic, and even though the election was successful at the national level, we're still struggling here at the state level. It's harder than ever to find that spirit of the season, although I have to say I am enjoying being able to put eggnog in my coffee every morning. I hope that you and your family are staying safe and healthy, and that as we begin to enter the final phase of this pandemic with vaccinations beginning in our state, that you continue to take this pandemic very seriously. We know that there is still going to be a lot of work ahead, and that even though there may be a light at the end of the tunnel, we still have a very long ways to go, and that it will be a very difficult winter. 2021 will bring some big improvements over 2020. When we return to the Iowa Capitol in the 2021 session, there will be a changing of the portrait of the president that hangs in the well of the Senate, and I'm very much looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to continuing to fight the good fight in our state, to try and protect better jobs, better health care, and to make sure that we have a government that's working for the people rather than for big corporations or just to protect Governor Reynolds. There's a lot of work to do, and we're going to need your help, and that's why I'm so glad to be with Progress Iowa tonight, celebrating the season and making sure that everybody is ready, fired up, and ready to go for the fights ahead. Thank you, have a great evening, and we'll see you soon.
Hi everyone, Dave Loebsack here. I hope you're doing well and I hope you're being safe. And I just want to say what a great party this could be if only we could all be together, but we're in a different situation now. We're still going to celebrate Progress Iowa and all that it's done for Iowans over the years. Especially I want to thank Matt. He's been a champion of progressive causes. He's really been tireless putting together events, inviting people to Iowa, and moving the ball forward. I also want to thank my staff and all the volunteers who've worked with me over the years. You know, this is the end of my 14th year, the end of my time in Congress. And I couldn't have done this had it not been for all those people who put in all that time for me, both on the campaign trail and my professional staff as well, my congressional staff. They've been absolutely fantastic. I've done what I could over the years to try to work for progressive causes. It's been difficult from time to time, obviously. Just because of the situation as it is in Iowa, especially these last couple of presidential campaigns have been very, very difficult for those of us who are trying to do what we can to move the ball forward for average Iowans. I can promise you in my retirement, I am going to continue to do everything I can on that front. I'll work with anyone to make sure that we can uplift those who have been in the middle class and have fallen out, those who want to get into it, and making sure that we're there for folks in Iowa and around the country who want to make it and make it in this economy. I'm happy that we've got Joe Biden and Kamala Harris coming into office. Maybe we're going to get the Senate as well. That'd be wonderful. But I will continue to do my part going forward. Again, thanks everybody. Have a good holiday season. And most of all, be careful and be safe. Thanks.
Thank you again to Congresswoman Cindy Axne, Congressman Dave Loebsack, State Auditor Rob Sand, Iowa Senate Democratic Leader Zach Walls, and former candidates Teresa Greenfield and J.D. Schulten. I especially want to give a heartfelt thank you and congratulations on retirement to Congressman Dave Loebsack. This is someone who has been a steadfast champion for Iowa's working families and really has been a model congressman since he was first elected. He has been just a tried and true partner for our organization and for so many others across the state. So we owe Congressman Dave Loebsack a big thank you, and we want to wish him the best as he enters his retirement. Now, at this point, we're going to change things up a bit in the program. We have our next two speakers are the other members of Progress Iowa's staff. Now, we want you to learn how to take action and use your voice in our state, in our state house, in Congress, when you're calling on Governor Kim Reynolds to do a better job at handling the COVID pandemic, when you're calling on Senators Grassley and Ernst to stand up for us instead of selling out to Republican leadership in D.C. These are two critical members of our team that can help you do a better job at standing up for what you believe in. So up next are Ivy Beckenholt, our Digital and Communications Director, and Amy Adams, our organizer, who will teach you how to use social media a little bit better and best practices for writing and submitting letters to the editor.
Welcome to Progress Iowa's 8th Annual Holiday Party. Thanks so much to everyone watching, our speakers and our sponsors for coming together to celebrate the end of 2020 and moving on to 2021. This year has been difficult to say the least, but it has been inspiring to watch Iowans come together to try to make our state a little bit better. And while everything didn't necessarily go according to plan, we believe that if we come together and use our resources to the best of our ability, that we can truly make progress here in Iowa. And some of those resources include social media, and some of the best practices that we try to use and would inspire you to use is to share your voice, amplify your voice, and to also share positive actions and content. So to do this, when you're retweeting, make sure to add your own comments so that people know what your voice is and that this content is important to you. And when you're sharing content, make sure to share petitions, event links, and other organizations that they can follow. Overall, we're so proud of all of the work Iowans have done this year. Thank you so much to everyone watching, and we would encourage you to go to the link in the comments to buy a Progress Iowa holiday gift. Thanks so much.
Hi there. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Amy Adams, and I'm an organizer with Progress Iowa. Thank you so much for joining us for this year's annual holiday party. Like so many things this year, our holiday party looks just a little bit different than it has in years past. But if by holding our event virtually, we're able to help keep Iowans healthy and safe, we're glad to do our part. Thank you to our healthcare heroes, our educators, and our essential workers for all that you have done, not only during this holiday season, but for the duration of this pandemic. Iowans owe you a debt of gratitude. Despite the challenges of 2020, there are a lot of things for us to be thankful for. I'm thankful for my family, my friends, I'm thankful for my health, and I'm thankful for the work that I get to do at Progress Iowa with Matt and Ivy. One of the things I'm most proud of at Progress Iowa is the work I've done in the last 2 years helping to uplift the voices of Iowans from all walks of life. We've published over 500 letters to the editor and op-eds in papers across the state. I love hearing the stories of folks. I love listening to their concerns, and I'm always impressed with how Iowans want to reach out, to educate, and to inform others. If this is something you'd like to be a part of, please reach out, and I'd like to work with you in 2021 as well. You can reach me at amy@progressiowa.org. I look forward to continuing this work with you and with others. As we look toward 2021, Progress Iowa still has many goals, and you can help us reach those goals by making a donation tonight or by being a sustaining donor and donating throughout the entire year. As we look toward 2021, there's a lot to be hopeful for, and I hope you'll join us in that journey. Stay with us, and thank you. And our program will continue next with music from Madison Ray, The Finesse, and eLive Productions. Thank you.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening, a beautiful sight. We're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is the new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say no, man, but you can do the job when you're in town. When it snows, ain't it thrilling? Though you know, gets it chilly. We'll frolic and play the Iowa way, walking in a winter wonderland. fire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland.
You've just heard from Madison Ray and the Finesse with eLive Productions, along with two terrific members of our staff, Amy Adams and Ivy Beckenholt. They do a great job, and I hope you take their advice to heart so that you can do a better job standing up for what you believe in and in your advocacy moving into 2021. Now, it's my pleasure at this point to start the part of the program where we're going to recognize some of the great work that Iowans and Iowa's local elected officials have done this year by presenting two of our annual awards. The first is the Marcia Nichols Progressive Advocate of the Year. This is named after one of our founding board members who represented working families at the State House for years and years, was one of our first board members of Progress Iowa. And Marcia represented such strong advocacy that we thought it was appropriate to name this award for her. And to introduce the award winner this year is the president of the Iowa State Education Association. They represent tens of thousands of professional educators around the state, and this is an organization that without their support, Progress Iowa wouldn't exist and would not be nearly as strong as it is. One of their staff members, Melissa Peterson, is another founding board member of Progress Iowa and is still on our board. They do great work. We're so proud to have Melissa on our board, and joining us now is their leader, President Mike Baranek of the Iowa State Education Association, to present this year's Marcia Nichols Progressive Advocate of the Year.
Hello, I'm Mike Baranek, President of the Iowa State Education Association. We're the union that represents more than 50,000 individuals who work in our public schools here in Iowa. We promote quality public education by placing students at the center of everything we do while advocating for education professionals. I am proud to introduce to you the winner of the Marcia Nichols Progressive of the Year Award, Sarah Willett. The ISEA has been working with Sarah through much of the pandemic, and our members have been helped by her expertise, her advocacy, and her passion, as we have successfully fought for stronger mitigation in our schools, mask mandates, and physical distancing guidelines. On March 8, 2020, the first confirmed COVID-19 cases in Iowa were announced, and on March 17th, Governor Reynolds declared a public health disaster. But between March 8th and March 17th, data scientist Sarah was already on the phone raising concerns with Iowa health officials. She had already calculated the full force of the pandemic and what it was about to mean to her life, her loved ones, and the rest of us here in Iowa and across America. She was already preparing a database to track the pandemic. Since its inception, COVID-19 Tracker has grown into a nationally recognized database with accurate and up-to-date information that all of us use daily. In fact, it's the only statewide database of its kind here in Iowa. To say she is sharp is an understatement. Sarah is highly intuitive and bold. She knows her way around data. Sarah is serious, kind, funny, and she works more hours in the day than possible. She is a loud and shameless voice for others like her, and frankly, for all of us, working to protect us with information that we can make informed decisions. She has been a fierce advocate for Iowa's educators and healthcare workers because she recognizes they are working in the most difficult circumstances under failed leadership from the federal and state governments. When the Iowa State Education Association needed dependable and accurate data about COVID in our schools, we went right to Sarah to ask her to work with us to build a special section on her COVID-19 tracker site to gather this information. It's an honor to work with Sarah, and we are deeply grateful for Sarah's work on our behalf. We know she has saved many lives with her abundant information, and we know that she is a bright spot during this extremely difficult year. Congratulations, Sarah. Thank you for your dedication, and thank you for all that you've done for the citizens of Iowa.
When Matt messaged me on Twitter for my email address and said it was going to be something awesome, I was confused and excited to hear what it was he was going to tell me. And when I got the email that I've been awarded the Marcia Nichols Progressive Advocate of the Year Award, I was floored and happy and grateful, because the only thing I really want for everyone is that we all stay safe throughout the pandemic and we make it through together, so that when we're on the other side, we can look back and say we did everything we could to keep everyone safe, especially immunocompromised and oppressed populations, people of color, lesbian, gay, bi, transgender folks, everyone that would normally be at higher risk. We're protecting everybody. I am so grateful and thankful that I have the opportunity to help all of us. And I want to thank all of you as well for trying to get the message out that we need to be keeping everyone safe during the pandemic and after the pandemic. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah, and congratulations on becoming this year's Marcia Nichols Progressive Advocate of the Year. All of us have come to rely on your really daily tabulation of information about the COVID-19 pandemic in our state that, frankly, Governor Reynolds and her administration should be doing. But thankfully, you have stepped into that void and given us all the information and the tools that we need to help make ourselves a little bit safer, our family a little bit safer, and our friends and neighbors a little bit safer. So for that, we cannot thank you enough and are honored to have given you this award tonight. Our next award is named after two legendary Iowans, Ruth and Tom Harkin. Last year, we were honored to give them the first ever Harken Hero Award, which will be presented each year to an Iowa elected official, or in this case, a group of elected officials who followed in the Harkin's footsteps, standing up for progressive change. Now, to present the award this year is the president of Axne Council 61. Axne Council 61 is another organization who, without their support, Progress Iowa would not have existed from the very beginning and would not be as strong as we are today. So I'm honored to turn it over to our friend and the president of Axne Council 61 and a Progress Iowa board member, Danny Homan.
Hello, I am Danny Homan, president of Axne Council 61 and board member for Progress Iowa. This next award is named after two of my personal heroes, Senator Tom Harkin, who throughout his career took heroic stands to stand up for Iowans, for people with disabilities, and for working men and women in the labor movement. And Ruth Harkin, a tireless advocate to give women an equal voice in their communities and who never backed down from a fight. This year we honor a group of heroic legislators who brought historic change to our state, the members of the Iowa Legislative Black Caucus, Akale, Adu, Samad, Ruth Ann Gaines, Ross Smith, Phyllis Teedy, and Ross Wilburn, passed meaningful criminal justice reform legislation this year in the wake of the tragic death of George Floyd. They stood up for minorities in the state and made sure these voices were heard in the halls of the Capitol. Because of their work, they have helped to bring us closer to the ideal of justice for all. It is my honor to present this year's Harken Hero Award to the members of the Iowa Legislative Black Caucus. Congratulations.
Thank you so much to Progress Iowa and Board of Directors for this year's Harken Heroes Award. Your advocacy across the state does not go unnoticed. I also want to take this opportunity to thank my peers at the Legislative Black Caucus for your hard work in putting forth the plan for a perfect union, and also want to give a special shout out to Black Lives Matter Des Moines and activist groups across the state, for this would have never happened without your help. Your blood, sweat, and tears every day out in the streets set a great example, gave energy to the movement to allow this to happen in a bipartisan way. In that same spirit, I think it's important that we all get engaged. For somebody who's not doing anything, you have to do something. For somebody who's already doing something, we need a little bit more. And for someone who's doing that little bit more, we need all that you have. If we can all do that, if we all continue to push for progress, we can create a better Iowa. Thank you so much and stay safe.
Good evening. I'm State Representative Ruth Ann Gaines, and I'm thrilled to be here with you tonight as one of the recipients of the Harken Hero Award. I am a lifelong Iowan, so I'm keenly aware of the good, hard work that both Ruth and Tom Harkin have done to make Iowa a better state. When my 4 colleagues and I first formed the Democratic Legislative Black Caucus, we did this because we felt that there were equity issues in Iowa. Although Iowa is a wonderful place to live, there are areas where work is needed. Our first endeavor was to get past the police reform bill last summer. We looked at that as our maiden adventure. We all look forward to going back to session soon in January of 2021 to even do more work in the area of equal rights. We thank the Progress Iowa Board of Directors for recognizing what we want to do, and we look forward to partnering with you to, again, make Iowa the best state it can be. Thank you.
Matt, I want to take this time to thank you and the Progress Iowa Board of Directors for this wonderful award, the Harken Hero Award.
Hello everyone, I'm Iowa State Representative Ross Wilburn in Ames, Iowa, and I hope you're doing well. Thank you to the Progress Iowa Board of Directors for presenting the Iowa Legislative Black Caucus with the Harken Hero Award for going above and beyond in promoting progressive values, in this case, justice and equal protection. I'm honored to receive this recognition, and I'm still impressed that the work of so many activists, community organizers, Iowans, legislators all came together, resulting in the governor signing the More Perfect Union Justice Bill into law. However, I'm humbled by the fact that I'm alive, and I'm reminded of all the work that led to this needing to be done in the first place. The total amount of time that will take all 5 black legislators to say thank you in these videos will still be less time than George Floyd was placed in a chokehold and murdered. His death and that of Breonna Taylor is just a tragic reminder of the work yet to do. It's work we must do and we will do if we can do it together. The Harken Hero Award is a reminder of that type of commitment and dedication demanded of us in justice in so many different areas. This recognition has special meaning to me because I was fortunate in the 1980s to do an internship in the Davenport office of Senator Harkin, and I also had the privilege to do some work with Ruth when she was in the Board of Regents. So again, I want to say thank you, Progress Iowa, for the recognition. I look forward to the work that you and all of us can do together. Thank you.
open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Thank you again to Madison Ray and the Finesse with eLive Productions for that rendition of Jingle Bells and really all of their wonderful music tonight. I believe we have another performance of theirs that we're going to show again here in a little bit. But as we get ready for that, we are also preparing to hear from Senator Amy Klobuchar. Now, she sent in some pre-recorded remarks, and as those are loading into our system right now, I'm going to go ahead and thank a few people that made tonight's event possible. So I first want to thank once again our financial sponsors, Protect Our Care, the Iowa Federation of Labor, AFL-CIO, Planned Parenthood Advocates of Iowa, United Auto Workers, AFSCME Council 61, and the Iowa State Education Association. Thank you to each one of these sponsors and to each one of you for watching tonight and for all of your support throughout the year. Now, if you haven't already, please like and share this video so that we can spread the word to as many people as possible. That's how we get our reach across our network of more than 75,000 people online. Now, when we started this organization over 8 years ago, we were just a small group of a few dozen really active and progressive Iowans. But because of you, because of every time that you have shared a petition, liked a Facebook post, retweeted something that we have posted, that's how we have grown into this organization with a network of more than 75,000 that's able to advocate for progressive change in our state and in our country. So as a reminder, you're here at the 8th Annual Progress Iowa Holiday Party. My name is Matt Sinovic. I'm the Executive Director of Progress Iowa. And in just a few minutes, we are going to hear from Senator Amy Klobuchar to cap off our wonderful program that we've had tonight. And I also want to recognize a few other folks who have made tonight possible, though, first. Our staff, Amy Adams, our organizer, Amy Adams, who you heard from earlier, as well as our Digital and Communications Director, Ivy Beckenholt. You heard some really great tips and training from them about how you can do a better job of using social media or writing letters to the editor. And our board members. We have a terrific board of directors, Mark Langen, Melissa Peterson, and Danny Homan. I also want to take this time to announce the winners of our auction. We have had an auction over the last day with some really fun and terrific items that were donated from some of our best supporters and organizations from all over the state and one elected official. And earlier this evening, that auction ended, and I can now announce the winners. These folks will also be emailed so that they can claim their prizes. but the dough company pizza donated two gift cards, and the winner of those gift cards were Morgan Miller and Kristen Clark. The Grow Progress bundle, which includes some fun T-shirts and some seeds to grow in your home garden, was donated by our own organizer Amy Adams, and that was won by Anna Scholl. And there are two terrific books that were donated by author Liz Lenz. Now she said she would personally autograph and really write whatever the winners wanted. So enjoy that. But the first book by Liz Lenz that is going to be personally autographed for this auction winner is the book Belabored by Liz Lenz, and the winner of that was State Representative Marty Anderson. So Representative Anderson, who's always one of our best financial supporters, as well as a terrific legislator. Congratulations on winning that book. And the second book by author Liz Lenz that's going to be personally autographed is Godland, and that was won by Laura Twing. Also won by Laura Twing is a pack of the Woman cards. This is a really cool gift and a really neat product that was donated by State Senator Zach Walz. The Woman cards is a pack of playing cards that has, I believe it's 15 hand-drawn portraits of women who have changed the world. And Laura won that in the auction, but thank you to her for your donation, and thank you to State Senator Zach Walz for donating that pack of woman cards. And last but certainly not least is a meal with State Auditor Rob Sand. So State Auditor Rob Sand, if you follow him on social media, is incredibly creative and does a great job of promoting transparency in our state, a great job of making sure that our state funds are used appropriately. But he also loves his breakfast pizza, whether it's from Come and Go or Casey's. So I don't know if this meal with him is going to be a slice of breakfast pizza or really where it's going to be, but I think that's up to him and Patrick Muller, who won that auction item. So congratulations to you, Patrick. And thank you to everyone who bid, to everyone who supports our organization financially. We really appreciate all that you do. We really appreciate all that you do. And this event would not be the same without you. Our organization would not be the same without you. So I believe at this time we are ready to hear from Senator Klobuchar to cap off our night. So thank you all for attending. And up next is our friend from Minnesota, Senator Amy Klobuchar.
Hello and happy holidays. You know, it is hard to believe that just a year ago, almost exactly a year ago, I was in the middle of a Iowa statewide barnstorm, finishing up my tour of all of Iowa's 99 counties. And I just remember so many fun moments, including touring some kind of planetarium, and you know where it is, late at night where they kept it open so I could go see it, including having breakfast pizza in our bus, and just all the wonderful people and so many of you that we saw along the way. And luckily the green bus did fit nicely with all of the holiday decor. So a lot has changed since then. We know it hasn't been an easy year. I think you all know that in Iowa. That was a tough year in Teresa's Senate race, as well as with Abby's and Rita's and JD's. I'm so glad my friend Cindy, who I know is with you today, pulled it out. And I don't think we should view this at all as the future of what's going to happen in Iowa, because the future is going to be progress when it comes to justice, equality, when it comes to our country. And I also think that we had a lot to celebrate on election night. And we know what that is. That would be the amazing election of my friends Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And I think when they take that stage on Inauguration Day, literally people are going to break out crying because, for one thing, there's a lot of people that spend every night trying to govern themselves. I'm talking about regular citizens. They lay in bed going, okay, how am I going to get the vaccine delivered? What am I going to do? And they won't have to do that anymore. And the second reason is that every little girl and boy in this country, when they see the daughter of immigrants and our first African-American vice president, our first woman vice president take that stage, they're going to know that anything and everything is possible. So that is a lot to celebrate, Progress Iowa. That is a lot of progress. So we also know that more Americans voted in 2020 than in any other election in U.S. history. Okay, I can't let an event go by without doing a little Minnesota thing. Guess which state had the highest voter turnout? That's right, it is your neighbor to the north. 4 out of 5 people voted, not eligible, not registered voter, people. 4 out of 5 eligible voters voted, and that's a pretty cool thing. We flipped Arizona. We won in Georgia. We made headway in states like North Carolina. And yes, we built that blue wall that I talked about so often in the presidential campaign around Michigan and Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, and we made Donald Trump pay for it. You know, I've talked to Abby and Rita. I know that there is great things for them in the future. They're such incredible public servants